Have you ever thought that in order to find inner peace, you need to walk away from your career, your relationships, your responsibilities, maybe even society itself? Have you ever fantasized about leaving everything behind, disappearing into a mountain retreat or monastery, thinking, maybe then I'll finally be free? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to challenge one of the most common misconceptions about spiritual growth, that you need to escape the world in order to find yourself. The truth, real spiritual practice doesn't begin when you run away from the world. It begins when you step fully into it, with presence, with awareness, and with an open heart. You don't have to quit your job, abandon your family, or go live in a cave to evolve. In fact, for most of us, the real test of growth isn't how calm you feel on a silent retreat, it's how awake you can stay in the noise of everyday life. It's that real life is messy. It's unpredictable. You might have messy kids, a demanding boss, a partner with flaws, bills to pay, and dreams that scare you. And it's in the middle of all this, not apart from it, that your true character is revealed, that your deepest growth happens. You don't need less life to be spiritual. You need more presence in your life. Let me tell you a story about Darren, a man who once believed he needed to leave everything behind in order to be free. He was burned out from work, overwhelmed by his marriage, and exhausted from years of pretending to be okay. One day, he reached his breaking point. He told his wife he needed space, quit his job, and booked a 6-month retreat in the mountains. The first few weeks were heaven, silence, nature, no obligations, just meditation, reading, and long walks. He felt peace he hadn't felt in years. But by month 3, something shifted. The silence started to feel like avoidance. He realized that what he had escaped from wasn't just work or his marriage, it was himself, his patterns, his triggers, his unresolved wounds. The mountain hadn't fixed them, it had just removed the mirrors that reflected them. So he came home. Not with shame, but with clarity. He realized his real practice wasn't in the mountains, was in learning how to be fully present with his wife, even when she was emotional, was in listening at work, even when colleagues were frustrating, was in staying open-hearted, even when life didn't go according to his plan. That's when his real spiritual journey began. Because let's face it, it's easy to be peaceful when nothing is challenging you. But can you stay grounded when your child is crying? Can you stay mindful in a stressful meeting? Can you stay compassionate when someone criticizes you? That's the real path, not running from triggers, but meeting them as teachers. You don't have to quit your life. You have to wake up within it. You see, most of our suffering doesn't come from what happens, but from how we relate to what happens. You resist, react, blame, and shut down, not because we're bad people, but because we've never been taught how to sit with discomfort without escaping it. And so we chase escapes. We think, maybe if I had more time alone, more money, more silence, more control, then I'd be okay. But what if the very thing you're trying to escape is the exact doorway to your transformation? What if your impatient boss is your teacher in compassion? What if your disorganized spouse is your teacher in surrender? What if your noisy child is your teacher in presence? The world is your monastery if you're willing to stay awake. Let me give you an example. Isa is a single mom of 2. She works full-time, takes care of her aging mother, and barely has a moment to herself. You once told me, I'd love to meditate every day, but I just can't find the time. So asked her, what if washing dishes became your meditation? What if walking your kids to school became your walking practice? What if listening to your mom became your mantra? He tried it. He didn't add more time to her day. He just changed the ways he showed up to what was already there. He slowed her breath while folding laundry. He watched her thoughts while cooking. He began to smile more, complain less, and even cry more. Not because he was weak, but because he was finally present. He didn't escape her life. He entered it. And that changed everything. You see, spiritual practice is not a location, it's a relationship with this moment, with yourself, with life. It doesn't require you to change your zip code. It requires you to change your presence. It doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to be honest. It doesn't require silence outside. It requires silence inside, the kind that comes from acceptance, not escape. And yes, retreats and solitude have their place. They can be deeply healing, but they are not the destination. They are preparation, so that when you return to the world, you can carry that peace with you. Imagine this: instead of quitting your job, you bring mindfulness into your work. Instead of leaving your relationship, you bring presence into your connection. Instead of abandoning your dreams, you bring patience into your process. That's spiritual maturity. Not the ability to leave, but the ability to stay awake, aware, and anchored in love. So if you've been telling yourself, "I'll find peace when I can finally leave this situation," consider this: maybe your peace doesn't lie on the other side of escape. Maybe it lies on the other side of presence. Start with one breath, one conversation, one decision to stop running and start listening. The next time you're triggered, pause. The next time you feel overwhelmed, breathe. The next time you feel the urge to escape, stay, even just for a moment, and in that moment, you may discover a deeper power, a wiser part of you, one that doesn't need perfect conditions to feel peace. Because the truth is, your life is not in the way of your spiritual path. Your life is your spiritual path. Every dish you wash, every child you soothe, every conflict you face is your practice. Every time you choose truth over comfort, compassion over control, presence over perfection, you are practicing. Not someday, now. Thank you for watching this video. If this message touched you, share your thoughts in the comments. What's one part of your everyday life you're ready to approach as spiritual practice? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and consider becoming a member to support the channel. Every bit of support helps us continue creating content that inspires and uplifts. Until next time, stay present, stay grounded, and remember, your life is not the problem. It's the portal.
Before you leave, here's something special. In Buddhism, we believe that every encounter carries a deeper meaning. Would you like to discover your true soul connection, the one written into your destiny? Take the soulmate test today and unveil the hidden truths of your journey. Click the link below and begin your path now.
http://soulmate. You wisdom more, come, white.